Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. So today we're gonna get started with a little bit of footwork. We're gonna start off first with our triangle footwork. All right, so we're gonna start with our reverse triangle. You can stay right on that X and just practice your speedy switching, or you can give it a little bit of space, all right? Get some move, however you want, all right? I'm gonna go a little bit shorter today. This terrain that I'm on likes to move a lot, so I'm gonna be slipping a lot as we go for this. So I'm gonna go for a little bit lower movement, and I'm gonna try to stay close to the ground. So ideally, I'm not slipping. If I'm doing this high up to the ground, I have more chance of slipping as opposed to going closer. I'm sure soon all of this underneath me is gonna be moved and I won't even be slipping anymore because the leaves will be gone. So keep that motion going. All right, so now let's go ahead and let's do our forward triangle. Again, I'm staying closer. I'm just kind of practicing like I would do more of a switch motion, right? So I'm going one way, face the other way, right? Or I can go bigger. And notice how each one of these I end up sliding, especially as I jump at the end. Again, that's why I want to stay down low so I have less chance of slipping. So now let's go ahead and let's do our diamond footwork, and let's do the cut through version, right? So we're gonna go forward, cut through, to the front, cut through. And let's get that footwork going. Again, I'm staying close to the ground, face off the terrain. Ooh, I got a bunch of sand in my boots already. Probably not the best shoes to be working with this. Thought about wearing my cleats. Probably should have done that, huh? That's all right. All right, now let's go all the way around the diamond. Instead of cutting through, I'm gonna be doing my forward triangle at the front, my reverse triangle at the back. And let's go ahead and change directions and do it the other way. So, sending out. All right, let's take a breath. Now for today, I want you to grab 2 sticks. So we're going to cover our 4 count Sinawali sequences today. So if you watched the last class, which you should have, I don't know why you wouldn't have, but if you watched the last class, then you learned our single Sinawali pattern, right? So that single Sinawali goes with our 4 count Sinawali with double sticks. So the cool part is I can sit here and I can do double sticks, 4 count, and you can do single Sinawali, and we can work together and it matches, right? So the most basic one that you will see quite often looks like this, with this open chambered position. I'm going to show you from 2 different chambered positions today. So this is our open chambered position, and it goes high line, low line, and back to that same spot. High line, low line, back to the same spot, right? And it makes sense though, because our single Sinawali was high line, low line, bouncing back, high line, cut through, bounce back, low line, high line, cut through, bounce back, low line. Well, with double, we don't have any bounce backs. So we cut through, cut through, cut through, cut through in our open chamber position. Here. So do this along with me. High line strike, strike to the knee. High line strike, strike to the knee. Now we're still not doing this, right? This fan, abanico motion, right? We're not doing that. So I'm not just, from the side you probably see it better. I'm not doing this, right? There's a place for that, but it's not in striking, it's in defending, right? So maybe if somebody was gonna attack at my leg and I was just throwing some high line, I can flip it over to block that if they're striking towards my leg. You can do that for defensive, but for offensive, I want you striking 1, getting back to that chamber position, and then 2. 1, and then 2. So we have these full motions for our strikes instead of just these little wrist flicky motions, right? So keep that in mind whenever you're doing this. Go full motion through, full motion through. So let's get this pattern down. And it's relatively easy. And now if you wanted to, you could keep doing this, or I could keep doing this, and then you can just go single stick, right? Boom, boom, single Sinawali. If you wanted to change it out, you could change it out and go for the other side, right? Boom, boom, because you have a stick in each hand. So you'd obviously have to be watching me if I'm doing double to make sure that you're going to impact each time whenever I do this. But that's one of the cool things, is the interchangeability of this. All right, so that's the first one. We're gonna go 4 with our open chamber position and 4 with our closed chamber position, so from here. So we're gonna go over all of the open chamber first. So that was our high-low. The next one we're gonna do is simple, it's our high-high. All right, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Now you might be thinking, that's extremely simple, and yes it is, right? These are not meant to be hard, these are coordination drills, right? You work with a partner, you see them striking. Maybe it's a little bit confusing at first. It will be when we get to the closed chamber position ones, but these ones, fairly simple. High, 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 high. All right, now we're gonna go low, low. So strike low, 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 low. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice how each time my hips are turning with my strikes. And now the cool part is this can be a double strike in itself, right? After I do that first one here, it could be 1, 2, right? So we can break these drills up into different parts of this same drill and use that more for a applicable application, right? So I can strike 1 and then boom, boom, strike both of these. It's not quite my 1, 2, 3, 4, but that doesn't matter, right? We break the patterns after we learn them. So a few more times, high, 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 high. Ah, we're on lows, never mind. Low, 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 low. Right, and then when I change the tempo, this looks different, right? This looks like just a backhand followed right by a forehand. But I can start here and go forehand, backhand. And if I have my tempo break when I'm in this open chamber position, 1, 2, tempo break, 1, 2, then it looks like that. But now if I go here, tempo break, 1, 2, tempo break, 1, 2. It's the exact same thing, I just have a different pause at a different spot. So just be aware of all these little things that we can add in there. So that was our low, low. So we got one more for this open chamber position, and that is our low, high, low, high, low, high. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. So now let's go ahead and let's break the tempo after 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right? So we play around with these tempos. I haven't done that one very much with this tempo. So let's play around with that a little bit more. So let's go low and then high, low. High, low. All right, a few more times. This one's starting to get me. Low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Let's break the tempo. High, low, high, low, high, low. There we go. Now I'm getting it. So the backhand high, forehand low. All right, same drill. We just have the pace different, right? So that was our 4-count Sinawali going from our open chamber. So quick refresher. Let's start from the top and go down. So let's go high, 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 low, high, low, low, high, low, high, low, 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 low. And again, high, 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 low, low, high, low, high, low, 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 low. All right, cool. So we did that from top down. Let's go bottom up. All right. So we're gonna go low, 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 high, low, high, high, low, high, low, high, 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 and win. All right, if you didn't notice, it is a windy day today, and my camera just almost fell. I saved it though. All right. All right. So one more time from the bottom to the top. Low, 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 high, 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 low, high, low, high, 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 high. All right, great job on that. So the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna tilt our camera because I think it's a little bit off now and it's kind of bugging me. All right, so the next thing that we're actually gonna do is we're gonna practice the exact same stuff from a closed chamber position. So this is our closed chamber position, right? It's called closed because the chest is open, chest is open and exposed, chest is slightly hidden, right? So this is our closed chamber position. So what we're gonna do from here is we're going to do the exact same thing. Whichever one is starting on top, that's the one that's gonna do the 2 strikes. Now, after my first strike, so let's start off with high, high, right? After my first strike, this one, the bottom one, pulls out and raises up. It flips up as my second strike goes, right? Boom. And then I can go into my next one. So it's gonna look high, high, and then it bounces back. High, 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 high. So this is gonna be very similar to our, let's think of it standard Sinawali, our standard 6 count, which looks like this. Except for now this second strike, 1, 2, this one isn't a strike anymore. It's just staying close to our body, right? So let's look at it from the side. If I'm striking, notice the bottom hand strikes outwards. If I'm doing the 4 count, this stays close to my body as I bring it out. So it's not actually striking, I'm just pulling it out from that crossed chambered position and getting it ready. So it's going up to our top chamber position. All right, so a few more times. I know this is the confusing part, is just pulling this out. A lot of the time you're gonna wanna strike with it. Don't do that right now. So strike high, pulling this one out, high, bounces back. High, high, bounces back. I like to pull it out a lot when it's going for that second strike. I think that'll probably be one of the more natural timing for you, but everyone's different, right? They might be more comfortable at a different time. Up to you. Practice it, see how it feels. I just think it is because I'm turning this shoulder forward and pulling this one back, which allows for that easy access to pull it out. Again, high, 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 high. All right, so same thing, high, low. High, low, bounces back. High, low. Remember, I'm pulling it out close to my body. I'm not striking out, and it bounces back. High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. Keep it going. All right, so now we're gonna go low to high, all right? Low, high, pull it out on that second strike. Low, that was high. High, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Keep that pattern going. Awesome. Now, the next thing we're gonna do, take a guess. I'll wait. Say it out loud. Or not, that's up to you. All right, we're gonna go low, low, right? So the exact same thing, starting with our closed chamber position. Striking low, pulling out as we strike our other one low. Striking low, low. 1, 2. Still turn your hips. Oh man, I can add footwork in here too? That's crazy. I never thought I could do footwork. Again, don't strike all 3 of these. We're not doing this, all right? We're not doing our 6 count. We're striking 1, 2. It stays in close. All right, so you just learned 8 new patterns for Sinawali, and these are our 4 count Sinawali. We can do 4 of them with our open chamber, 4 of them with our closed chamber. We start off high, high, then we go high, low, then we go low, high, and then we have low, low, doing it with both of that. So play around with these. If you have a partner, someone do single Sinawali while the other person is doing 4 count double, right? And then the person doing single Sinawali can also practice their hand switches whenever they're doing these, right? Just like we learned in our last class. And then whenever you're ready, pick up your other one and do your doubles, right? Whichever one you decide to. Make sure you communicate with your partner. Are you doing highs? Are you doing high lows? Are you doing low highs? Are you doing what? Make sure you communicate, because if not, it's just going to be jumbled up and a big mess. But play around with that, right? There's so much that we can do and so much to just experiment with. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take it back a little bit. We're going to do our angles 1 through 4 while holding double sticks. That's it. All right, so I'm going to start here. I'm going to go with my right side first, so I want my right leg in front. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to set it down here. And I can switch my stance. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can step forward on this one. Maybe at the end of my 4 here, I step and strike that 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm going to step back now. 4. That goes right into that 1, 2, 3, 4, and step forward. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'm stepping back. 1, 2, 3. I step back again. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going forward with the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And play around with that, right? Play around with footwork. Maybe you don't have that step on that. Maybe you just are walking and practicing being as fluid as possible with these strikes. Play around with it. Maybe you want to go and you want to be moving laterally, right? Let's try doing something like that. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Have a target, have something in mind whenever you're doing this. Don't just walk off to the side having no idea what you're doing. Pick a target, right? My target right now is my camera. So I'm going to move that direction as I strike. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to move that direction, striking 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm no longer even doing a pattern with my feet. I'm just moving around and doing my strikes. Now I can change the direction that I'm looking. As long as I pick a target, right? I'm facing this way. I have that tree as my target. I'm striking through that. Right, now I have my camera again. Oh, I have another camera. Let's do that one. What about that tree over there? So play around with these, move. Again, a lot of Kali stuff, we want to first work on connecting the hands and feet together, and then we want to start working on breaking everything so we can just kind of move freely whenever we're doing stuff, moving around, right? Whenever you're sparring, that's how you're going to be moving, right? You're going to be moving relatively freely, ideally running away from getting hit and running into hitting them, right? Don't run into them hitting you. It's not a good time. I've done that too. Right? Play around with this. You need to be able to move your feet and strike at the same time, but they need to be able to be disconnected. Whenever you want to have a powerful strike, you need to be able to connect it at will and then disconnect it whenever you're just blocking, moving, or running. And I say that running because in Kali sparring, you're going to be running a lot, right? You're not ever just going to be here. Maybe you're one of those people that wants to just counter and strike. Yeah, it's probably not going to work out too well for you. The best people that I've seen in sparring in Kali all move a whole lot, right? Now that doesn't mean they're moving pointlessly, right? They're controlling distance, right? Whenever you're moving in towards me, maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I want you to like have this big leap in, and so I'm constantly keeping us at double distance so that you have to leap in, and that's when I'm going to counter. But that means I have to constantly be moving around to keep that distance to make you want to do that, right? So there's a lot of little tactics that go into it, but you have to be able to move and strike and block while moving, or else it's just not going to work out for you, right? So hopefully that helps a little bit. If nothing else, you learned a new drill today. I hope that sparring concept works for you and that review can help you. Again, play around with these things, make them your own. I'm going to teach you stuff And your job is to dissect it and play with it and make it your own. You can't do everything exactly like me, and I can't do everything exactly like you. That's why it's martial arts, right? There's that artistic part where you express yourself and you do what works best for you, because something that works for you might not work for me, and something that works for me all the time might not work for you at all. Play around with it. All right, if you like this video, yes, if you liked it, like it. Just like the thing. Subscribe and comment down below. Please comment, man. I want people to comment. I like when people comment, so do the thing, all right?